Okay, good morning, everyone. I think we shall start. I think the rest will be slowly coming in. We can start first. Okay, a very good morning to our honorable guest here. I've seen some familiar name here. It's nice to see you all again. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Weng Yen. Okay, hi. My name is Weng Yen. I'm the product manager of eTech for Nordus Solution. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you everyone allocate your time to attend for this webinar. Okay, so before we start, let me just briefly go through with today's topic. So I am knowing Internet of Things as well as IoT, which is today's topic, is a hot topic nowadays. So some of you may familiar about it, or some of you maybe have an empty mindset. What's IoT all about? Okay, so for today's session, we'll share you about the interesting IoT topic today. It's also a ready solution that you can apply in the end user company or a factory. So first topic we will go through, which is the Nordus contact tracing and how does it help in the safety and emergency monitoring. Then after that, the second part, then we will go through the environmental monitoring system that designed for the data center. Okay, so the session will be taking around 1 hour. So feel free to hands up at the bottom of the column. There's the hands icon there, or you can leave your question at the chat box just beside the hands. So let's, without any delay, let's welcome our special guest today, Mr. Dave Chong from the Linus DMS to share with his slides. So Mr. Dave, you may start your slide and then you would like to change your video to the slide.
Okay, sorry about the video glitch. Right, just now it's playing, but now it can't play. Never mind, we just go straight into our topics today. So basically, what is Internet of Things, right? Internet of Things is basically the big definition is we are talking about everything, right? Connect to the internet is called Internet of Things, right? Like what we have today is that where you guys are familiar with is actually Wi-Fi. You connect to the internet. The coming is autonomous driving is connecting to the internet. But today, what we are talking about is the technology of IoT. We are much more focusing on in premises and also outdoor. So the technology that we going to talk about is that we are talking about, they have two parts. One is local area network, right? This is basically where we're talking about local private networks. There is a short range, right? So basically, we are talking about indoor, right? Short range, basically you have technology such as Bluetooth, BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy, right? You have Zigbee, right? You have Z-Wave, you have LoRa, you have UWB. Okay, because currently basically some of you are new in IoT, right? This is a bit technical, but I try to get you guys involved into the technology. So not to worry about that, because our solution, you need not have to know, all right, what kind of technologies, all those things. Basically, we will provide the solution for you, and then you will be able to promote to your customers, right? So this regarding short range, right? So basically, the short range means that within 5-10 meters of transmission, right? So normally this we are using this for indoor transmission. Okay. So next, we are talking about long range, right? I think some of you have heard of LPWAN. LPWAN means for low power WAN, right? So low power WAN, basically we will have in terms of LoRa, which is a long range, right? You have 6 volts. This kind of NIF, you just take it as the new technologies and communications that you're using, right? And then MBIoT as well, right? So some you have heard of UWB, they across whether in indoor, short range and long range, and LoRa too, right? but not to worry about that. That's basically the technology for IoT communication. So with this communication, all these things, right, where we are focusing in now today is basically take note of that is that we are talking about low data rate transmission, right? Very low data rate transmission, meaning that there's not inclusive of video streaming, not inclusive of all this big data transmission as we are using HTTP protocol or the thing previously. So now we are talking about very low data transmission. Second thing is that low power consumption, right? Basically, all this IoT technology, they consume a very, very low power, right? So basically, you can actually power that with battery, right? So once you be able to power by battery means that you make mobility, right, existence. So basically enable mobility. So means that you can wear such a band or this thing to walk around or this. So this create another realm that you can do a lot of things when you being mobile, right? And then of course the last one will be secure, right? So basically, that is all about IoT, right? So if you have question later on, that you can ask more about that, because I don't want to confuse a lot of you that all these technologies. So what will IoT benefit businesses, industry and home, right? So first of all, these are a few things, right? And much more things that we can do with IoT technologies. First of all, right, reduce energy wastage, right? So we actually can control, we can monitor, and then we can set kind of parameters to enable our customers to actually reduce energy wastage, right? So also it will increase productivity efficiencies. Like what we have over here is that we have human capital monitoring, right? We have asset monitoring systems. We have environmental monitoring systems, right? So all these tools that we can help our customers to increase their productivity and efficiencies of running their operations, right? And third one is enhanced premises safety and security. So basically, in terms of safety and securities, like for example, evacuation planning, all these things, our solutions can help, right? Basically, a lot of safety concerns that if any places, any building that you have emergency, so normally they have an evacuation plan. So basically, those people coming out from building and then those people still in the building. So current, without any technology applied, so basically they'll do head count and assembly point, all those things. Then if there is someone trapped right inside the building or certain places, we won't have the visibility, right? But with IoT, right, with our technology, you can actually know where is the location and then how many people are stuck in there, right? Then first thing that we can do the rescue plan. So fourth, basically we can actually minimize pilferages, right? So pilferages means that things have got lost, been wasted, right? Being stolen, all those things, right? So if we have all this technology in place, we actually can minimize it, right? So fifth, thrift operation cost, basically, right, you will overcome human error in monitoring, right, the accuracy of reducing business operating utility bills. So we can actually have monitor, we can control, right? So we will trim the operating cost, and also we minimize humans intervention as well, right? So preventive maintenance, basically, we will have a schedule preventive maintenance to taking care of your equipments, all those things, right? So from our back end, we will tell you, okay, this your equipment is due to preventive do a PM. Right? This will longer the life of your equipment, right? So monitor and alerts. Basically, we can actually put in sensors to monitor, and then give you alerts, right? Because we also have farm solutions, for example, for livestock, right? Prawn farming. So water quality is the most important thing for them, right? So if the water quality, for example, the dissolved oxygen has been dropping to a level, a critical level, that the livestock will, I mean, wipe off, right? So when this sensor sense, right? So the data that the DO drop, right, below, let's say, for example, 3.0 or 2.5, right, we will alert, right? Alert in terms of we can SMS, we even can call until the owner of the farm pick up all these things, right? So last but not least, right, we provide convenience and comfort. Right, this basically we do have our home IoT that you can control your lights, your air cons, your blind, all those things to be easy, and then you can monitor as well. So you can also control offsite. So this will provide a conveniency for our customers. So today, our focus is much more on human capital monitoring because we are talking about workplace contact tracing because currently, right, there are a lot of customer facing the pains of their plant or their building being ordered to shut down. You know, basically, when this thing happen, right, where they trace, right, they know that there's a COVID patients, right, especially like in Penang, a lot of manufacturing plant, I think in KL and whole Malaysia also have, and then a certain building, right, they have people working inside there. So once one of their workforce, right, or being contracted with COVID-19, you know, what they will do, right? Basically, they will actually contact trace, right, to know who is involved, who is close contact with this patient, right? And then they will start to quarantine, and then they will start to sanitize the places, others, right? But the problem over here is that our health ministry don't have visibility, right, for who is being contacted or this with the COVID patient. So normally they will go in, then they will try to understand what is happening over there, and then if the case is getting more and more, right, without quarantine, so they will issue a stop work order, right? So I think a lot of factories, I think you all heard, you all seen that in the press that a lot of factory has been ordered to shut down, right? So particular in Penang itself, right, I think more than 20 factories has been shut down, some 7 days, some 14 days, right? So basically, during the shutdown, right, we have been talking to the customers, right? So they have a lot of problem being raised because they can't run production, right? Their stock delivery has been delayed, right? They get penalty for the delay. So that's all cost to them. Then most important, come back to the COVID cases, right? So they need to close down the plant and then to sanitize all the buildings, right? The areas of their buildings, right? So you just imagine that some of them, they do have 15,000 workers, right? They do have 1.5 million square feet of a production floor. So they spend a lot of money in terms of doing sanitization and stop the production, right? So the cost of losses, right? So I think most of you will know the labor salary. The salary is still going on for the operators, for the engineers, for the technicians, right? So of course the machine cost as well, right? And then the component, right? Where they can't produce, then they create a shortage. I think now most of you guys are in IT nowadays. That you can see that a lot of shortage has been happening, right? Especially the notebook, all those things. They took almost 2 months or more than 2 months for delivery nowadays, right? So talking about cost, some of them has been penalized as well because of their SOP, right? So they have to pay the summonses as well, right? So the capital productivities employee, basically, right? If you don't have a system to monitor all these things, normally you will term everyone that even the production operators that you have to quarantine, right? So with our solutions, right? So we will track, okay, who, when, and where this thing happened, right? So our contact tracing solution will do that all the backtrack because we are taking data every minutes and seconds, right? That whoever have wearing our band or lanyard, right, with our reader around the factory itself, so we will take in all the data, right? So when we have all the data for everyone inside the plant, right, we can actually identify, okay, right? Let's say, for example, we identify a COVID suspected COVID patients, right? So we will identify that person, for example, Dave. So Dave have been infected with COVID-19 viruses, all those things. So we will zoom into Dave. Then we will come out with the location of it, right? And which time of it that Dave is in the office, right? So who is Dave, when, right? When is tested positive for COVID-19, right? Then for the past backtrack 3 to 7 days, right? Where is he in this in the location itself? We can give you location as well, right? For the during the past 7 days, each day 8 hours, from 8 o'clock to 5 or 6 o'clock, where is he in the plant, and who he is having close contact with, right? Because our solution will tell you within 5 meters of Dave, 5 meters, who is actually having a close contact with him, right? And then we also have a solution for cloud control, cloud build out. Basically, this is a solution that we are using camera technology, right, analytics, right, to do a head count. So basically, this solution we will put in the entrance, right, that you have doors. Let's say for a building, right? So you put one in your main entrance or any of the entrance that you have to access to the building. We will tell you how many people. Because now currently, I think our health ministry, right, they have SOP for factories that are suspected that have COVID-19 case, right? They cannot work full force, right? Some they have 50%, some 70%, or some even 25%. Then how you going to know that is 25%? Let's say, for example, 1,000 workers, right? 25% is only 250. So we will have this solution to tell, right, in the factories. And then it's also good that they set policies that basically in their meeting room, right, a confined space, all those things. Maximum they can have 10, 15 people, let's say, for example, a bigger meeting room, right? So they can have this technology implement, right? So when, let's say, 10 people is supposed to be in the meeting room, right? So if you the 11 people going in, right, you have buzzer or whatever to tell them that it's overcrowded. Then they will split up, right? So how this works? So in individual movement tracing, it's like we backtrack how a potential infected suspect move around, like just now what I say. So let's say Dave is infected, so we will trace, right, back to Dave where his places that he went to, right? And then we will trace from our reader, means that the place that we went to within 5 meters, who are with him at that point of moment of time, right? So basically, when we trace all these people, we can actually targeted, right? Have a targeted what we call they were not coming to work, right? So basically they will work from home lah. So for those people to be quarantined, right? And then also from these places, we can actually, right, know that these places have to be sanitized for the targeted sanitization locations, right? So crowd control, like I mentioned, right? These are the diagram, right? So we'll know that we'll plus minus all this, and then we can set that okay, it's too many people inside a confined space. Then we'll alerts notification can become becoming like a buzzer, or you can have a strobe lights, or you can even have a mobile alerts if you want that to be for overcrowding. So these are the illustration of where did the suspect go, who did he bump into, right? These are cloud controls, let's say, for example, 7 people, right? So these solutions will tell you, okay, let's say for a confined space, right? So you have crowd control, let's say 10 people. So currently 7 people is still okay, right? But these 7 people, actually, we will know who they are, right? Because our tags and our bands, right, will have a unique ID. So the unique ID will translate into a employee number, if you like it to be, or name, right? Because some we encounter some of the customers, they say privacy is important, so they don't want to put name, but they put employee number, right? So it depends. That can be done. Same thing over here, right? So we will log the interaction between suspects and others as well. So means that wherever that we have, right, the reader, right, we will have all this timestamp lock-in for individual who are there at what time, you know. So in a confined space, lift also, we can actually know how many people inside the lift, right? Who is a very close contact, because you know lift is a very confined space, right? So like, for example, like this 5 people over here. So these people will need to be quarantined. Then you know who they are, and then what time they are in the lift. So this our the illustration of our lanyard tags and our wristband, right? Basically, we are using Bluetooth technology over here, right? So the Bluetooth technology that we are using is BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy, right? Like I say just now, IoT technologies, right? So Bluetooth is for short range, right? Because you need short range to identify that a confined space or we're going to around 5 meters kind of environment, right? So it's battery powered over here, right? So basically over these tags, right, there are solutions out there doing contact tracing. They are using other technologies like UWB, right? So basically UWB consume quite a lot of power. So they are asking our customers or the users to charge their band daily, right? Because their band will last for 8-9 hours, right? So practicability have to come into place over technologies that we created lah, right? So and then to bring value, because these bands, you know that it's going to be used by a lot of people, right? Some 200-300, some 500, right? Like one of the case in Penang, 15,000 people. So how are you going to regulate if you're going to charge it every day, right? Either, right, you let them where the band going back to home, right? They charge themselves. Then when they come in, you monitor whether they are charging or not charging. How you monitor it, and another issue for that. Or you will collect back all the band and then you charge it for them, right? So basically, practicability is the main over here, right? Where our band, we are battery powered, but we need not have to be charged, right? It can actually last for a year, at least, okay? So these are the controller and readers and gateway that we are using, right? So that the NL Pro and the gateway, basically we will plant it right across the plant, right, 10 meter apart, right, then we will use RSSI for calculation of a close contact and also a triangular. So we incorporate technology into that. So we have to have these readers, right, plant around the plant to get these locations and to transmit of the data for the band to up to the cloud, right? By the way, this is not battery powered. This you have to power it, right? Normally it's on the wall or on the ceiling, right? Okay, basically there's my presentation. Yen?
Sorry, I muted. Okay, thank you, Dave, for the awesome sharing. So before we move into the next topic, we have a little giveaway. Dave, don't reveal the answer yet. No, not yet.
Okay,
We have a
won't do
little
that.
giveaway for the Q&A session to recap what Dave sharing just now. So the one first who answer correctly will be the winner. You can type your answer at the chat box there. So after that, our sales representative will be contact you after the session lah. Okay, Dave, the first question. What is the device that need to be worn to enable the contact tracing solution? Dave just shared just now. What are the device to be worn in order to enable the contact tracing solution? Anyone? Is using the battery base. Handband, Mr. CS, yes, correct. To be exact answer will be the wristband. Okay, yes, you're right. Handband, which is the wristband. Congratulations, Mr. CS. Okay, I see the answer. I saw the answer from the chat box there. Okay, either it's a wristband or you can use the lanyard. Okay, basically both of them is same concept, but due to a different environment, some industry they might not allow to use lanyard. Then you need to use the wristband to trace the staff or worker. Okay, both are the working the same. Okay, so next question 2. Apart from knowing who and when during the tracing process, what are the other information that we can obtain from the web portal? Remember the beginning, Dave shared about who, when, and what else the information we can trace the staff or worker. Okay, I see some answer from Mr. Alex Young. Yes, correct. Where? Oh, too easy the answer. Yes. Congratulations. Alex Young, Mr. Alex Young. Yes, you're right. We can also identify where is the staff or worker, even though like how long time he's been there and then who is he with during the past 15 days or 3 days. So from there we can evaluate where's the victim, the infection of the COVID patient, who he's been contacted with and when and where. All of this you can trace from the web portal. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Alex Young. Okay. Third question. Can you name one of the critical area? This is the bonus question. Can you name one of the critical area that we can apply to this crowd monitoring system? Remember, the area we can use the crowd monitoring system that we can set how many people should in this place and then not more than how many people. If more than how many people, then it's considered a crowd. It's considered a red zone already. Then the signal can pump into let the security know. Oh, now this one is over how many people. Okay, I saw some question there. Mr. CS, factory. Yes, correct, factory. But what is the critical area? You can be factory, it can be education, it can be many places. Okay, Mr. Alex Young. Okay, correct. It's a meeting room. Wow, you get 2 prizes. It's correct. It's meeting room. Okay. So what else? Lift, Dave mentioned just now, those people are gathered, many people, especially, you know, the office, indoor premises office, after the lunchtime, the pantry, many people gathering, and registration counter or waiting area, the lounge, those will be a many people one we can set. Okay, for this place, it's not more than 10 people. If more than 10 people, then we send a signal to the person in charge, the security, then we know to take action. Okay, so correct. Congratulations, Mr. CS and Mr. Alex Yong. We will contact you after the session. Too easy the question, I think.
Basically, then let me add in something on this
Yeah,
part.
sure, sure.
Basically, for those crowd control monitoring systems, like I say, basically they have an entrance or a door, right? That you are going. So that will be the whole building itself, right? Maybe they have 4, 5 entrance. Never mind, you can put the
Yep.
solution there, right? So we can add and minus the people inside the building, right? When they go out the building, then we will know that they are going out the building. We will tell you, right? So the answer will be that where have door or gantries are entrance, right? Okay.
Okay. Yep. Correct. Okay, thank you for taking part. Stay tuned and we will still have a last 2 giveaway session before end of the webinar. So again, let's welcome Mr. Dave again to share with the second topic. How does the Nodus IoT solution could help in our, let's say like IT or security manager to do the environmental monitoring, especially in the data center or common data center in a company? Yeah, Dave, you may start share.
Okay, yeah, Ian,
Yep.
thanks. Hi everyone, welcome back. Ian, before we proceed for our DC solutions,
Yeah,
the previous contact tracing, do they have any other questions
yeah.
before that we are asking them the questions? Do they have any other questions on the floor in regards contact tracing?
Feel free to open discuss, like if you want to know
Yeah.
more, how does this contact tracing work, this IoT to help in a company, in the indoor premises, feel free to ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can also can type in the chat box also can.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do that, right? Because especially why we presented the contact tracing first at this moment, because nowadays, right, we have received a lot of inquiries and leads from factories around in Penang, right? Some from Johor also are asking for the solutions and how they're going to have these visibilities, right, in order to show to the health ministries, right, to avoid their plant to be shut down, lah, right? So these are very hot solutions nowadays in the market, right?
Yeah, in fact, I think, Dave, this one will be the just the right moment during the COVID moment,
Exactly.
because like one of the factory, the do glove one, they shut down. And then how do you trace where's the victim went? Okay, then you have no choice. You have to shut down the whole factory. Then it has sanitize the whole building, that you do not have any data to trace back. Yeah, this is what IoT come in, that we can use the data to evaluate and monitor. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And then to add on the contract tracing solutions that we implemented into a factory's environment. This is basically now is COVID, right? So the solution actually can be used after the COVID as well. It's not just contact tracing or those things. Actually, the solution is called human capital monitoring, right? So we can monitor, let's say, for example, in the educations, universities, industries. So you actually can monitor all the students of their whereabouts, all those things, right? Before I forgot also, because some factories also asking that whether they can actually trace their operators or their staff where they are taking bus, their factory buses, means that bus kilang or those things. Yes, we do have that solutions. We actually can trace, right? who is inside the bus, and then the route that the bus took until they reach the factory or reach the universities. So we do have that solution as well if there's a requirement, right? So in terms of this human capital monitoring, actually we can monitor human movement, where they are, right? And then we actually can set location zone as well. We are talking about human capital. Apart from the contact tracing we can do, definitely, no doubt about that, right? So we also can set zone. So when they leave this zone or they come into this zone where their tax has been set, not exactly that they can have access, they don't have access to this location, right? We also can alert for that, right? So it's not just for contact tracing usage, and after that you throw away, right? You can tell your customer on that, they can use it for long term. Okay.
Okay.
So let me proceed with this our EMS solution, right? So EMS basically stand for environmental monitoring systems, right? You all can see the slide, right? Yen?
Can, clear.
Yen, okay.
Can see, yeah.
Okay, let me proceed, right? So now we are talking about environmental monitoring, right? So environmental, what do we want monitor? Basically, we put in sensors. Just now, our sensors is actually the text, human capital text. So that is actually tech broadcaster, right? So now we are collecting data from these sensors, right? So it's the same technology, right? Using Bluetooth as well. Okay, so basically, conventionally, right, you have CCTV everywhere, right? So we are not replacing the CCTV, we are complementing the CCTV. Where the CCTV, basically, normally, they will being played back when certain things already happen, right? They won't tell you that it's happening, right? So basically, CCTV, you do forensics. So you turn back, rewind the CCTV, and then see what have happened, right? If you found that something has gone wrong, right? So, but in terms of IoT sensors, we will tell you on the spot what is happening, right? And then we'll form alerts as well and monitoring, right? So go back to IoT premises. What do every premises have in common? So they will have air conditioner, you have lighting, you have space, right? You have access door, right? You have people, then you have asset, like the inventory, equipment, all this, right? So the value proposition that our solution can provide is that we can help you to save some energies, right? It depends on environment as well, right? The asset and workforce management, right? So we also have our own technology which is patented called the VTM, the Virtual Thermostat Manager, right? So this is where we have collaboration with Axon and Daikin Aircons, right? So only these two brands that we can work very closely, and we can pull up a lot of data from these two type of aircon, two brands of aircons from that, and then you can control and monitor it well. Right, security and emergency response, same thing like just now I'm talking about. So we can give you actually a statistical history report, right? Analytics on those part, right? Alert and notification, right? So when something happen, then you want to know instantly, we can actually alert you, right? Through SMS or phone calls, right? So preventive maintenance, of course, we'll monitor your asset, and then we'll tell you when you have to do some PM for that. Okay, convenience and comfort and rules and scheduling. Like actually, you can schedule things, right, to activate set rules whether it can activate or not. Okay. So basically, in the data center, what do you have? Basically, in data centers, you have a rows of racks and then all your servers, all those things. And then the most important thing is inside the data centers. So you have to monitor their temperature, right? So that's why some of you are in data center business. You know what is the hot aisle and the cold aisle, right? What you need to keep the low room temperature to low, but not too low as well, right? Basically to support all your servers that is generating a lot of hits, right? So we can actually have solutions, our monitoring temperature and humidity sensors, right, to put it in each of the racks. So you can have 24/7 monitoring of the temperatures of that particular rack. Okay, so you can get alert. You can set parameters to get alerts, right? Whether the temperature is too high, then you get alerts, right? Because some of the time that certain section of aircons have been not working, right? So you will know, right? So in order to give you continuity of services from your servers, right? And not to shut down actually, right? So also the humidity as well, right? So certain humidities parameters you get set, right? So if anything breach, then we will alert. Okay. So the aircon, certain environment, they have all these aircon, especially. So what we focusing on is basically on the brand for Accent and Daikin, right? You can do more things. The rest of the aircon, let's say is centralized, all those things, we can look into it, right? To monitor the temperature or this, right? So if the temperatures has been breached or whatever, then we can actually help you to monitor and to alerts, right? Human capital. So basically, we also, because data center is actually a security area that not everyone supposed to have access, right? Just now I'm saying about that, right? So only the authorized people or authorized tech can access to the data centers. So who is in the data center for how long, all those things we actually can capture and monitor. Then we can know that where they are, what time they are in. So if things happen, then we will know that who is in there and what are they doing. So people and asset location monitoring. So we'll tell you where they are and where is your asset. So these are asset tags, like fixed asset security and visibilities. So basically, each of your servers, you can put a tag on that, right? So we'll know that when your servers is idle, they're sitting down there, or if someone move it, right, secure, right? Whether it's secure or in motion. In motion means that people are plugging your server out or the thing, immediately you will know, right? We can do the alerts as well. So then there is timestamp into that as well, where when this server has been moved, right? Whether it's a scheduled move or unexpected non-scheduled move, then you will know, right? And then coupled with the human capital tag, we'll know that who is in there and who moved it. So with this asset tag also, this is one of the customers' requirement, and then they are the one who taught us of that earlier we didn't think about that. So basically with the tags of your every servers, basically you will know that how many use of your servers, I mean the height of your servers. So from here, if you have all the tags, you tags all your servers, you will know their occupancies of your racks, meaning that how many use has been occupied, and then how many use is not being occupied. Because a lot of people, they're doing data center as a services. They means that they colo all those things. They will want to know at any one time of their rack space. So whether they still have their space to cater for more servers, right? So beside this, also we also have this. We are coming out with this quarter that we have current sensors as well to monitor each of the server racks. How many electricities that they've been drawing, right? In other words, I can actually tell you your consumptions of your servers for the particular rack, right? So whether it is over consumed or less consumed, right? Then you have more power supports for more servers into each of the racks, right? So of course, data centers, you cannot live without all these water detection, right? Basically, data center, you cannot have water. So we also have these water detectors solutions, right, for data center as well, in terms of IoTs, right? So basically, one is a gadget that you have 3 pins, then you just plug on, okay? And then one is a conventional one. You have a string of water detector cables, right? You can pull up to 7 meters, right, to put in. Then we will detect that is any water present. So when there's water or flooding start to come into your data center, we will actually tell you, right, that there's water. Right. So normally data center, they have been set up in second floor. Flooding is not much of a issue, right, for those proper data centers. But mainly there is condensation water from the air cons, right? Or some water pipe leaks, right? So basically this kind of leakage, right, will cause damage to the data center. So we do have a solution for water detection. And then also, we all have a smoke detector as well, right? So the smoke detector that we can have also IoT based, right? Sending small data, we will do alert that where there is a smoke, all those things, right? So door access and security, you can actually put some door sensors there, right? So each time of your door open, right, they will have a sensors of alerts, right? Coupled with your human capital tech will know that who accessed that door at a particular time, and then how many times the door has been opened. And then you know that the data center doors, it cannot be open for too long because all the cold air will escape, right? So basically, if your door open for more than 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you can set, right? You can alert, right, to get people to close the door as well. So basically, these are our dashboards, right, that you can see, okay? So inside the dashboard, you can see whether there's a temperature control, humidity controls, monitoring. Then you can see flood sensors, all these things. So we even can calculate the total power usage, right, by racks or by data centers. If you want to look at it in that way. So these are fully customizable dashboard, right? So the solution that we build over here is that is our own solution. We build it end to end. So meaning that the hardware, right? So we build some sensors we buy. Of course, we need not have to go and reinvent sensors, right? Some sensors we buy, but we integrate with our systems, right? Using Bluetooth technology, right? So we can actually build the hardware. We even our own firmware that we are putting in. Then we do the readers and our gateway, our own readers. So all is custom built by ourselves, right? So it's easy for you guys if you want to do any customizations, all those things, right? So because the technology is owned by ourselves. So these are a few benefits that I list down, right? Space ambient temperature measurement, preventive maintenance and air cons, workforce, employee safety visibility, same thing like just now, contact tracing, you can do that, right? Asset management, right? We have the asset tech, inventory, orders, right? So also the enhance the premise security and insight. Okay. Okay, come back to the product. I think just now you saw some of the product, so it's actually is the same, right? The reader of it, like our AdNodus NL Pro, right? The gateway. Now we have a cellular, we put in some cellular gateway as well, right? This cellular gateway can be used for those sites that don't have Wi-Fi. Let's say, for example, they don't have Wi-Fi, then you can actually put a 4G card into there. Then you can actually transmit your data back to your cloud, right? By the way, our solutions are basically built on cloud solutions. So the transmission that we are using MQTT, right? We are not using the HTTP or this. We are using MQTT. This particularly for IoTs. So for small data, but a lot, like a lot of data has been transmitted, right? Okay, so that's our gateway. These are the peripheral sensors and tags. So we have also motion detectors, right? We have temperature, humidity sensors, door magnetic sensors, nodus wall switch. So these switches, this switch can actually control your lights, your air cons, right? You can integrate because it's a software power switch, right? So it's battery powered. So we need not have to have any cables into the switch, right? So the Nodus HVAC smart module is basically for Axon, Daikin, and the older York versions. Because we have a collaboration directly R&D to R&D with Daikin and Axon for that. Okay. So of course, for home convenient, all those things, Google Assistant voice control, we will be able to do that. That's for mainly home. Industrial, we not using all this, right? So notice motorized curtain blind, right? These notice flood sensors, right? That just now I mentioned this gadget type. Okay, we have the what I call the string type as well, right? So asset and human capital tags, just now I think you all saw this before, the notice lanyard, wristband, and then the asset tag, right? So the asset tag is putting on the asset side. Okay, Ian. So
Okay,
basically,
okay,
Q&A.
before we goes into the last session for the winning the prize, Dave, can you go back to just now the slide? The not the answer. Yes, yes, this one. I think for data center, what we can apply in data center, the common data center will be the, correct me if I'm wrong, the Nodus temperature humidity sensor, okay, the door sensor we can use, and we can use the HVAC, which is the aircon smart module. Then we can also use the flood sensor, and also we can use the asset tag to tag into the server, correct? So
Yeah.
for
Next,
the rest, yeah.
next quarter we will add on for the flood sensors, right? For the wired type, our current sensors, right? And also the smoke detector sensors.
Okay, smoke
Yeah.
detector. Okay, so this
Mm.
is it will be choosing the right sensor and the right module to apply in that particular environment, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
and then the
So
asset.
the partner no need to worry about that. We will guide you through, right?
Okay.
Because there gonna be a lot of gadgets and sensors and tags, right?
Mm,
That we are in our portfolio, right? But no worry, we will train you up and then to know what is used for what, you know. So don't worry about these things, right? And then even the
yeah.
technology of IoT, you need not have to worry about it,
Mm,
right? We will guide you, right? Especially
okay.
like our team and e-tech team will guide you, okay, what to do for
Mm,
what. You know, no need to complicate things.
okay.
Okay.
Can sure.
Yeah.
Any question from the floor? Feel free to ask if you have any question. Don't be shy. You can type in the chat box. You can ask from here. Okay, so thank you, Dave. I
Yeah.
think the information is very useful, especially
Mm.
for these are the ready solution for our indoor premises that you can straight away apply in the ready environment. Okay, and I think it could also ring me a bell if any unusual movement or behavior happen. So the IT or security manager, they can firsthand to know what's going on in their data center. Okay, so are you guys still with me? Because I cannot see you guys' face, only can see their face. I hope you guys still with me. Okay, so let's have the last session of the token of giveaway for our guests here. So if you could answer the question we have discussed, means you are already halfway there. Okay, so let's do this. The first question, please name one of the important sensor make up in the Nodus environmental monitoring system solution. You can name any one of the sensor that we discussed just now. Okay, I see some response here from Ryan Chen. Temperature, humidity, yes, correct, very accurate. That's the answer. Temperature and humidity sensor. Congratulations, Ryan. Ryan Chen. Yes, our sales representative will contact you after this. Yes, you can use temperature, humidity, flood sensor, the aircon sensor, or the door sensor. Or if we are talking about the data center industry lah. Okay, so congrats, Ryan. Next question. Wow, this one. What are the strengths of Nodus EMS solution compared to conventional system? Remember, Dave, just now we share about this. Okay, I saw the answer. Raymond, okay, from Mr. Raymond. Okay, you are the first one to answer correct. Yes, correct. Wireless. Yes, you are right. Wireless. CS, you got the prize already from the first session. So let's give the opportunity to other guests. Okay. Okay, congratulations, Raymond. We'll contact you later. Yeah, as Dave mentioned just now, the sensors are using battery. Okay, and it can last for at least 1 year. So now you no need to worry, have to pull all the cables and so on. As long as you have a ready signal solution, that then you can just implement the sensor into the environment. So it's using the wireless battery and it's very easy to deploy. Okay.
Yes, actually, I think just now I missed out some of that. Right. So
Yeah.
basically, just beside our readers, like Nodus Lite Pro and Gateway, the rest of our sensors and tags are actually battery powered, right? So this question is very valid. Basically, it's easy for implementation because those are battery powered tags and sensors that you actually can just double-sided tape or tape on certain environment like your racks, your asset, all those things, right? So when you just tape on, then you have your readers and your gateway on with wireless system in place. You are basically right set up the whole system, right? So actually, I think with our experience, one of the military slide that we did, right? So they were surprised because we went in our implementations for their around 2,000 square feet of that's not their center, there's hub room, right? With their asset, all those things. We just took half a day, right, to connect it up, power it up, and then they can see directly from the system. They are quite surprised on that. Oh yeah, wow, so fast. You know, they thought it's going to be a 2-3 days job, all those things, you know. So basically, it's easy for implementation, right? You just tape it on, right? Or if those places that you need a more secured tape, you can use epoxy, right, to tape the sensors on, right? Okay, Ian?
Okay. Okay. Okay, before we end our session, any question from the floor about just now the first of the contact tracing, the human monitoring, and also the environmental for data center? Feel free to ask if you have any question in your mind. Okay, let's say my customer is from office. I want to propose the office. Okay, what kind of a sensor should I implement? Because we have so many sensors here. So it depends on the environment also. So we call it as a solution based lah. And we call it as a proof of value. It's not a proof of concept. It's proof of value to the end user, to the customer. Okay. So today we learn about what is IoT and how does the IoT visibility can give us a transparent management in terms of a convenience, your energy savings, and a better evaluation for our IT manager or security manager in our business operation. Okay, so any else question you want to ask? Or if not, our session will be end here. And after this, we will send you the the video, so you can just have a look, and also we send you the information more about IoT. Okay, so our session will be end here. Thank you so much for your attendance for today's webinar. If you have any question, please feel free to contact our eTech sales person in charge, or you can contact me to find out more about the IoT. Or if your customer or if your partner is interested to explore more about IoT, we can open for discussion to arrange a meeting with them. Okay. If no question, then our session will end here. So everyone, please stay safe and yeah, have a nice day. Okay,
Okay,
thank
thank
you
you
so
guys.
much.
If you have
Yes,
any
Thank
question,
you.
that let us know, right?
yeah, Dave.
Because we
Thank you
have
so
more
much, Dave.
solution to share in the futures, right? We'll organize these sessions more often, right? And then if those traveling restriction has been lifted, I will see you guys face to face,
Yeah,
right?
because
So
your
if
office is
needed,
at
then
Penang, right?
yeah. So you let me know. I'm from Penang actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me know if you need me to be there or those things. Then let us know. Right. You can contact UN and ETech representative lah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Dave.
guys. See you. Bye.
Yes, thank you all. See you guys.